What's up, kakabsat? Again, my name is Josh.
And I am Sheena. And today's episode, we will find out how youth can end stigma.
What time is it?
It's
Sex O'Clock! May kan kabsat, intay pagsasaritaan, dagiti banag may panggep iti sex, nga awan bain ken danag. We are a safe space. We listen and we don't judge.
Sex O'Clock is produced by Ayat Advocacy, a group of young Ilocanos championing sex education in Ilocos.
Naimbag nga aldaw kakabsat, and welcome to the last episode of Sex O'Clock this season. Season?
Grabe naman yan, ate ko!
Well, definitely magkakaroon pa tayo ng ibang season kasi napansin natin, no, yung ibang episodes natin, yung mga prior episodes natin naging eye-opener, nagbigay siya ng information sa mga kabataan, sa ibang tao, and also, thought provoking. Pero yun nga, so we are looking forward sa more seasons to come.
Yeah. And definitely, you're right on that one, Kuya. Ang dami natin nakitang engagement from our followers na to the point na they're willing to open up, even publicly, right? That's such a big step. And marami din daw ang natutuwa na meron yung podcast natin kung saan napag-uusapan yung mga bagay na hindi natin normally napag-uusapan. So, I believe we're on the right track.
Well, I guess we have served our purpose as a safe space.
Yeah,
Kasi, di ba, as highlighted on our previous episode, creating safe spaces like this where you can be your genuine self, you can show your vulnerability, talk about things without the fear of judgment,
Yeah.
and you can just be honest with it, di ba?
And aside from that, these spaces serve as avenue for us to correct misconceptions and combat stigma and discrimination. And highlight talaga tong episode na to kasi we will be delving into the practical ways how we can create more safe spaces and end the stigma.
And to help us tackle yung mga issues na to, we have invited very special guests. So I'm gonna be introducing the first one. So yung katabi ko.
Yeah.
So he has been a leader and he is currently the president of iEcho. It's based in La Union.
Yeah.
It's an HIV advocate
yeah.
group then, just like us.
Yeah,
So I have here Kuya Kevin.
Yay! Hi, Kuya
Hello.
Kevin! Joining us
Once again for
again.
inviting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ayun na nga, may very important akong tanong kay Kuya Kevin.
Ano yun?
Natikman mo na ba ang batak empanada?
Of course!
Yeah.
Ay, very
Perfect!
good! Ano naman ang feedback mo, Kuya Kevin?
Masarap siya.
Yeah. Agree ako
Definitely
dyan.
masarap siya.
So,
Sobrang sarap.
Learns mo yung pleasure?
Yeah.
okay, that's very good to hear, Kuya Kevin. And of course, hindi lang tayo tatatlo for this episode. May kasama din tayong isang leader sa HIV advocacy at yun ay walang iba kundi ang founder and president of Ayat Advocacy, Kuya Ed!
Hello again!
Yay! Grabe, it's good to be in the presence of two young leaders
Yes.
who are so innovative in thinking of ways, practical ways, on how we can actually end stigma surrounding sex, HIV, and other sex issues. Right, Kuya John?
Yes. So, ngayon, parang meron akong very important question din na itatanong sa inyo, knowing that you are the leaders of your own advocate groups. How has it been and how have you been as a community leader?
I started way back 2022 during the AMTP7. Tapos, way back then, I worked also as a public school teacher. Then right after working as a public school teacher, nag-resign ako deciding na, alam mo yun, yung parang dito talaga yung calling ko to serve the community. Specifically for the PIL HIV community since, yun nga, they're looking for a representation who will represent the Ilocanos living with HIV in the national level. So, right after then, nung nag-resign ako sa teaching field ko, nagsimula ako to work with the community way back 2022. So, starting 2022, December 1, doon namin ni-launch si iEcho Support Advocacy Incorporated as representation of the whole Ilocanos living with HIV.
How about Ayat Advocacy? Although we're already members, it's still interesting to know the history, the origin, or what made you start the advocacy.
So yeah, but to answer Josh's question
Yeah.
first. So yeah, it's been fulfilling leading in this advocacy. And this advocacy is especially close to my heart because It started from a friend whom I've lost during my college years because of HIV, and that propelled my interest to explore more, no, dun sa, or explore more yung space na kung saan nangyayari itong phenomenon na to, and at the same time yung pag-intindi din dun sa mga tao at sa mga community na naaapektuhan. And that eventually encouraged me to found, no, itong organization nga na ito, that or whose main mission is to really make HIV information more accessible to young people. And this is especially relevant now considering the epidemic that's now becoming younger and younger.
Yeah.
So yeah, that propelled my passion to build this organization. Although I would not only credit myself for doing that, because when we were beginning this advocacy, I was joined by other advocates as well, no, Ilocano advocates who share the same passion as with me. And so we decided to do this together, no, and build a community where we not only provide information about HIV to people, no, but more importantly, we provide spaces where these conversations can happen. No? And I'm happy that Ayat organization has been able to serve that purpose, at least in the last 3, 4, 5 years that we've been we've been here. And I can see that not only dun sa mga activities na ginagawa natin, no, but from the members, no, of the organization who's been, rippling the passion that we had. Because, for example, you, Sheena, and Josh, you've led so much activities for the organization. And yeah, you've been impacting a lot of people, not only with the knowledge that you share with them, but more so with the passion that exudes from you when you do your work. So yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that, Kuya. The passion never stops hanggat merong stigma and discrimination. So, never tayong titigil doon.
Speaking of hindi tayo titigil, paano yung ginagawa natin, as organizations para patigilin itong stigma surrounding sex, HIV, and other sex issues, like specific steps that our organization has taken. So, start tayo, Kuya Kevin.
Okay, sure.
So every quarter, meron kaming kinakandak na learning group session. Aside from learning group session, meron din tayong focus group discussion. Focusing naman doon sa mga stigma revolution, topic on U equals U, since I've mentioned on our previous episode na marami sa mga newly diagnosed ang hindi alam ang konsepto ng U equals U. Then, especially doon sa mga newly diagnosed, sila din yung mga tinatamaan ng self-stigma, hindi ganun kabilis yung acceptance nila sa sarili nila. But to the use of this platform, especially yung mga learning group session na kinakandak natin with my co-PLHIV community, since this is a peer-to-peer approach, mas napapaintindi natin sa kanila yung kahalagahan, especially on treatment, yung sa OI management, and other services focusing naman dun sa stigma revolution, kung paano sila yung coping mechanism lang, or mag-move forward, mag-move forward dun sa nararamdaman nila ngayon.
Oh, nice. So, segueing to that, kasi Ayat advocacy also highlights the role of the youth. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, our organization is a youth-led organization, and at the same time, it's volunteer-driven. So currently, we have over 80 registered members, but not so active. We've been able to gather these advocates in this space to implement different strategies, no, on how we can better reach, especially young people, with all information, and not only information but services, no, to our peers, no. And our strategies include, number 1, we are so hard.
I love that.
But yeah,
Sarap nung hard.
We are so
hard.
hard in conducting digital
Ganda sa
campaigns,
pag-
because that's what really that's what is really
That is what
that is what really our organization wants to leverage on, no? Considering that young people are on social media, they use different forms of technology, and so we maximize that capacity, no, to make sure na hindi lang na ipapadala yung mensahe sa mga tao, no, but also making sure na nagiging parte ito ng pang-araw-araw nilang pamumuhay. So, digital campaigns, that includes a lot of social media campaigns, social media challenges, and at the same time, mga more creative approaches, no, to educate people about HIV. So, we go beyond the traditional way of teaching. We teach by collaboration, we teach by art, no, and we teach all these concepts by different forms. And then another strategy that we're definitely proud of is that yung way namin of bringing the services closer to people. So our organization has invested in the capacities of our members. So a lot of us are already trained community-based screening motivators. So that means yung mga members namin, carry na nila, no, na mag-administer ng testing, no, sa mga peers namin na gustong magpa-test, no. And then at the same time, soon, no, we'll be launching a project, no, called Stigma Warriors. Kasi we really want our response to stigma to be more tangible, no, meaning klaro talaga, no, yung tulong na ibibigay namin dun sa mga taong nagiging biktima nito. And at the same time, tangible din yung pag-address namin sa mga misconceptions about HIV on social media. So soon we'll be launching Stigma Warriors. It's essentially a peer-led approach, no, that mobilizes our youth leaders to be more proactive in responding to comments, mga captions, on social media, no, that is related to stigma. But at the same time, equipping them to be able to document and refer victims to services, no, na pinakakailangan nila. So may that be through mental health counseling or a lawyer or a social worker or whatever, no. Our goal is to make sure na solid, no, yung referral mechanism na yun para yun nga make sure na natutulungan talaga natin yung victim.
Having said na meron tayong key strategies or tactics as an organization, what do you think are the things that youth naman or youth leaders can do to address stigma and discrimination?
Okay, dun sa ginagawa namin ngayon, meron kaming ongoing project which is the Project Skides. This is a SKAY AIDS Summit focusing on the SKAY Federation, and
SK,
especially the members of the SKAY. Pero at the same time, together with the Skides project, we also had this PET training or peer educator training focusing naman also for the youth leaders. So this is also to train our the SKAY Federation members, at the same time the youth leaders, to navigate the message of HIV dun sa mga lower on the grassroots. Kasi hindi natin nakikita yung problema, baka nagagaling na talaga sa grassroots, which is dun naman talaga nanggagaling. Given the numbers, na a rising number ng HIV natin ngayon, sabi nga natin, effective yung interventions at saka innovation ng government na ginagawa. Pero the worst scenario, pabata na nga po ng pabata yung nagpupositibo at nagkakaroon ng HIV. So, very alarming siya. Kaya kailangan i-focus talaga sa ating mga kabataan yung program.
Before you share, Kuya, for Ayat Advocacy, ang interesting ng Skites. SK ang
Yes.
targeted nung project.
Yes.
Kasi di ba, Kuya, parang, okay, youth leaders na sila and they're recognized by their community already as parang legitimate source of legitimate source of information about HIV, ganito, ganyan, kung yun yung project nila. However, it's rare to see SKs actually implementing projects like this. I speak based on experience as an SK member myself. So that's a very good initiative. Although I'm not to say na wala ako sa position to judge if it's a good or not initiative, but it's definitely doing or making the impact that
Thank you so much for appreciating.
To do.
Pero yun nga po, ang kagandahan nun, na-pilot na namin siya now, and talagang effective siya na nakakandak siya sa mga barangay level. Na mismo yung mga SK Federation na mismo ang nag-i-initiate nung mismong activity sa barangay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Kuya,
Yeah, I actually support that opportunity, no, yung ability to engage with SK in conducting HIV initiatives. Pero just to siguro add on Kevin's insights, no, I think there's also an opportunity to to leverage their political capacity to make sure na sustainable itong mga HIV initiatives
Exactly.
nito,
Isa din yun.
na hindi lang ito
Agree.
mga one-time event, no?
Oo.
But SKs actually have the capacity to produce ordinances that will ensure, no, yung sustainability ng mga HIV initiatives sa kani-kanyang localities, no? Like for example, they can create a specific ordinance obligating SK councils to allocate a certain budget for HIV initiatives within their PPAs. So yeah, that's just an example.
Mm-mm.
And then siguro the second opportunity that I would like to highlight is still on the use of digital technology, no, to make sure na yun nga, we use technology not only to provide information but to make services easily accessible to people, no. And I can see that a lot of organizations like IECO and IAT Advocacy had been doing that, no. We've been diversifying our platforms. We've been on TikTok, we've been on Twitter and Instagram. But the challenge now is how do we make sure na we maximize, no, yung mga features nitong mga platforms na ito in providing this information and at the same time better delivering services. And kakabit nun siguro, I think napakahalaga ding opportunity yung pag-harness sa artificial intelligence as a tool to again further spread the education and at the same time deliver services. AI is there. AI is part of our life. We can't deny that, no. And I do think that young people are very much at the best position to champion HIV initiatives using artificial intelligence. And I think yun yung next step, no, ng IAT Advocacy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something.
Because AI is
Innovation,
easily
eh.
accessible now, no, and we just need to figure out how can we use that space to to deliver information and services closer to young people. So
Before kasi people used to be so scared with AI.
Mm-mm.
Now it's becoming a tool to help improve lives
Mm-mm.
and at the same time understand things easier, unlike
Mm-mm.
before na napakahirap i-access ng
Mm-mm.
certain information, and ngayon kahit ano na yung i-search mo, you just have to use it correctly and know how to tame it based on how you wanted it to work.
And
Kumbaga.
just to add, not only easier, no, but faster.
Yes.
Information is faster
Mhm.
because of AI, no. And definitely, we need the faster information and services.
Agree.
Yeah,
Considering na ang bilis ng
Pagtaas
pagtaas
ng
ng kaso.
cases.
Therefore, dapat mas mabilis tayo in responding. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the
Definitely AI will
opportunity.
be helping us a lot in mobilizing our volunteers and future volunteers
Yeah,
to come in.
and campaigns, ganyan. So, ayun na nga. So, there are a lot of opportunities where we can expand our efforts towards combating stigma with regards to HIV and other sex issues. Yun na nga yung napag-usapan natin. However, it's also good po, no, to have this proactive ba yung tawag doon? A proactive outlook on the future. So, our last and final question, which I hope our viewers will really, really keep into their mind to serve as an inspiration in driving their passion more to contributing to causes
Yeah.
like this is, ano yung muka ng stigma-free society? What does it look like? Or what does it mean?
Ganda ng question.
Yeah.
Never
Parang
decline.
And sige, a stigma-free society for me is when people feel empowered and are able to make decisions of their own without depending it on other people. So yeah, it's people being able to make informed decisions about their health, their bodies, and themselves. That's what a stigma-free society for me. Kasi when you don't feel judged, when you don't feel shameful about what you have or about your body, then you can definitely make good decisions for yourself, no? And when you do that, no, when you're able to make decisions, good decisions for yourself, then we can not only create a stigma-free society, but a healthier, a more prosperous.
Prosperous!
Parang yung outfit sa'yo.
But yeah, a more
Na-amaze
A
na.
better world, a better city,
Yeah.
a better environment, essentially.
Okay, for me, stigma-free, yung tipong, yung isang PLHIV, pag nalaman ng ibang tao na PLHIV siya, normal na lang, baliwala na lang sa kanya na it doesn't matter kung PLHIV ako or what. Kasi ngayon sa panahon natin, hindi na HIV ang pumapatay sa mga person living with HIV. Stigma and discrimination na. Kaya sana, sooner or later, sabi nga natin, medyo crochet na yung messaging, malayo na pero malayo pa. But still, we are working to address yung stigma na nakakanasan ng community. Yun lang. Yun lang yung gusto namin mangyari. For us, person living with HIV, na sana one day, dumating yung araw na person living with HIV ka, okay. Then, yan. Normalize na lang kami na we are also part of the society because we are also existing.
We are here.
Because again, at the end of the day, we people living with HIV are more than HIV.
Correct.
Status does not
Define.
Yes.
Ako naman siguro ang take ko doon is a stigma-free community is like a place where people doesn't need to define their personality or yung kumbaga pagkatao nila based sa naiset na standards ng society. Kumbaga, hindi na nila kailangan magdepende doon. They can be their own true selves and they can do anything they want for as long as it's justifiable and hindi sila nakakaapak ng ibang tao. So I am sad to hear na ito yung last episode na natin, but I am looking forward to more fruitful conversation in the next coming season. So, yun. Thank you so much.
Yeah, next
course.
season.
Of course. Pero,
soon.
and I'm just happy that IAT Advocacy and IECO were able to build platforms na it encourages youth leaders, youth members to mobilize themselves towards fighting or ending stigma and discrimination.
But actually, not only that, Josh, no? Kasi I think the podcast has been able to bridge IAT and IECO relationship. I mean, we've already
Thank
had
you so
talks
much.
before, but buti na lang pumayag ka. Buti na lang pumayag ka, no? Kasi
he came from all the way from
La Union,
Yeah.
diba?
Yes.
So, yeah,
Basta para sa
I do,
advocacy at saka sa community.
correct. So, I do feel like after this, this podcasting, we'll be able to explore more
Yeah, sure.
collaboration opportunities. Especially that in the Ilocos region, well, kakaunti yung mga community organizations na organize ng ganito. So yeah, the goal is to make sure that our advocacy is present across Region 1, not only Ilocos Norte, not only La Union, but in other provinces, no? And at the same time, make sure na harmonized, no, yung ating efforts as a region.
And to build a network.
Yan.
Correct.
Ayan, as sad as it is, I believe it's time to say goodbye. Kaya naman, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa mga advocates natin from IAT Advocacy. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga tumulong para may sakatuparan itong Sex O'Clock na podcast natin. And most especially, maraming salamat dahil sinubaybayan nyo kami. We hope that you felt safe with us.
And don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And yeah, see you on our next season. Again, this has been your host, Josh.
This has been Sheena, and we're leaving you with a note.
Choose
Choose love, because you will never go wrong with Ayat. Bye, guys! See you next season!